Let's see if this is working. Oh, we are live, it seems. Okay. Let's check if we're live on YouTube. Doesn't look like we're live on YouTube. Oh, we are live on YouTube. Okay, good. Good. We're live. Hi. Hello. I'm Firstworld. I am also known as Chris and a variety of other names that I choose not to disclose at this moment. This is my first live stream. Welcome to Quarantine Cabaret. I am doing my best here tonight, trying to entertain everybody. My manager said I should do this, so I'm just following orders. Tonight, we have a pretty fun show. Got a good friend of mine here, Jairo Munoz. He's a shredder and fellow shit poster, as well as a political theorist, along with myself. And he's in this band called Elders. They're a math rock band. I just did a remix for one of their songs, Mercado. We released it yesterday. They made like a funky anime music video. It's on YouTube. It's really cool. So I'm going to stop with this whole charade of me talking to this camera by myself because I'm feeling a little lonely. And I'm going to bring in Jairo. Oh, Jairo, are you there?
Yo.
Yo. What's good, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling. How have you been?
I have been extremely lonely in this house with fucking... Bro, I've legit not left my house in 5 months. I stepped out maybe 4 times, twice to pick up food and twice to go to the dentist, as random as that is.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It's,
Oh, God.
yeah, it's been a hell of a time.
I mean, so I went back to work, so I've been going pretty much every Monday through Friday, but thankfully I work in a research lab, so it's just 9 to 12. I go do what I got to do in person, and I come home, play with my puppy, and then just wait for my wife to come home.
See, you got a wife and a puppy. I have a PlayStation 4 and a bunch of synthesizers. That's the story of my life right now.
I mean, I have my my little Akai keyboard over there. I have my guitars back there. My bass is in the other room.
Okay, so you know how it goes.
Exactly. He goes to sleep, and then I get to work.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this quarantine shit has been unbelievable. But this is the way things are now. This is how we do things, all via the internet. Now, where are you calling from, my friend?
So I am calling from New York City right now.
Oh, the big Snapple.
Yeah. I'm out here. I moved up almost 4 years ago at this point for grad school.
Nice.
And been here ever since.
That's awesome. So, I mean, New York is actually my favorite city in the world. And Miami being my least favorite.
I left for a reason too.
yeah, bro. I'm 100% over Miami and the 305 in general, but I guess it's just home, you know?
Yeah.
It's
no,
hard.
I feel that.
It's hard to just up and go, I guess.
I know. Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so that's interesting. You're in New York. How does the band thing work? And this is I'm asking more from my own personal curiosity.
So it's been weird in that since quarantine started, we've done the more, I guess, traditional, whatever way you want to call that. Like, we send each other files back and forth, and we'll hop on a Zoom meeting and like show each other our ideas, but that's kind of sucked. Before all of this, I'm lucky enough that my mom works for an airline company, so I've been able to fly back and forth without any issue.
What?
So I 100% had it made. It was just able to like, all right, we all have this weekend off. It's a long weekend or something. We can all meet up. Let's just go, and we'll just bang out like a song or a practice, or if we have a show or whatever, we'll go and we'll get it done.
Jeez.
That's how we've been able to like stay active, been able to go on tours, weekenders, so on and so forth.
Holy smokes. That, man, that's awesome. But then
Yeah,
that makes you the exception. I can't take your advice.
yeah, no, I mean, so it's hard because for us at least, our writing process is that like I'll come up with the skeleton of a song. Like I'll come up with the whole chord progression, and then we'll all meet up in person, and everyone else kind of feeds off each other in terms of how the rest of the song is built up and structured and all of the restructuring stuff. So even Sam, our drummer and bassist, they're like that. They need each other at all times. So it's just like one of them will come with a rhythm idea, and the other one will like
We'll just
latch
feed
onto
off of it.
Exactly, just feed off of each other, and it's a whole process. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah. Yeah, extremely. I mean, I can't imagine not being in the same room. It's like,
Yeah.
it's hard to wrap my head around that concept.
Yeah. It's weird, man. I mean, so what we really want to do is, I don't know if you remember back in like the 70s and 80s, bands used to like rent out like castles and shit to write their albums. We're not trying to be that grandiose, but like renting out like an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere for a week, where they don't give a shit about us bringing all of our instruments because they're literally in the middle of nowhere.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, just like we won't have to worry about COVID or anything because there isn't anybody around us. We'll just bring all of our own food. We'll cook, and we'll just sit there and bang things out. We have a folder with, I think, like 16 songs now. Yeah, so we have work to do.
Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, the hard part right now is just, figuring out me flying down there. Sam is in Orlando. Gabe and Mikey are down in Davie still, so figuring out somewhere in the middle and figuring out getting down there. I have I have plenty of time off because I didn't get to take my honeymoon. I had a vacation planned. We had tours planned, all of that scheduled out for the year, and all of that obviously went out the window. So I've got plenty of time off for me to just go hang out. But getting down there is
a mission in and of itself, I imagine.
Yeah, exactly. It's something, but once things settle down a bit more, thankfully New York has been a lot better, but Florida is the one that's a freaking, y'all are a dumpster fire down there, I swear.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason I haven't stepped out of my house, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm comfortable going back to work on a daily basis, but I wouldn't fucking leave my front door.
No, I don't. And there's motherfuckers going out to fucking Publix and shit without a mask.
Oh my god, yeah, I see them all the time, just because obviously I still follow everybody down there. And just the stories I hear of people, and just, I mean, we all know that Walmart is a lawless wasteland, but like...
Walmart is basically where Mad Max took place.
Yeah,
I would say.
Basically.
I would say.
You go out there and it's a for all.
It's always...
Like,
especially
in the middle of the night. Like, you go out there in the middle of the night and you see things that you just never thought you'd see.
Circus at that hour. It's disgusting, the shit that you find there at that time. Yeah. I mean, it's nuts.
It's something. So yeah, I mean, I've had family come up from Florida, and they'll do the whole like 2-week quarantine thing. They get in here after being in basically like full like personal protective equipment. Like they basically put themselves in a bubble on the plane. They go straight for the shower, and they come out and they like dump all their clothes in the hamper, and they're like, "All right, now I can say hi to you." Did myself of Florida. Now I can talk and be a person.
Yeah, no, it definitely follows you, man. I mean,
yeah,
quarantine times or not, Florida just fucking follows you wherever you go.
Honestly, though,
it's yeah, man. I feel you on the whole, like having plans for the year and shit. Like I went to New York in I don't even fucking, the before times are like aeons away from me right now, but I think I went in February for Valentine's Day weekend to play a show up there.
Yeah.
It was lit. And I was supposed to go back in April. That was the plan initially.
Right.
And then, half the fucking world got dusted, Thanos style. So it's like everything just went to shit so fast, man. And I had
Yeah, I mean, so we were planning on doing a Florida run uh, around Memorial Day weekend with a band out of Atlanta called Challenger Deep, who were super, super good. We played with them out in Texas last year on a festival called Plus Fest, and we were super excited about that. We were going to play Orlando, Miami, Gainesville, and Tampa. And yeah, that just obviously completely fell apart. August, we were supposed to play Orlando with Zeta and another band out of Texas called Desera, who, if you haven't heard of, they are absolutely incredible. I don't say this lightly, but they are one of the best live bands I have ever seen.
oh shit.
It's like, so the best way that I can describe it is like all of the like raw energy that like At the Drive-In had with like Deftones flavors. I'm pretty sure they did a System of a Down cover when we saw them.
Oh shit.
Like it's wild, absolutely wild. We were gonna play that show with Seta in Orlando, and I'm sure you know all about Seta considering
Yeah.
they're all over Miami.
Yeah. They play down here all the time at Rosas.
Yeah. They are absolutely incredible. We were so excited to be offered that show, and that was supposed to be in August, and obviously that didn't happen either because the world is still on fire. Quite literally,
Yeah.
the world is on fire.
Yeah, it is actually. There's somebody in the chat called Sean Zoo 95. First of all, the first thing this person said was, "Hyro play Stairway," and then and then they said, "Florida has an aura." Yes, it has an aura of coronavirus at the moment.
I mean, so that's my one of my longest friends, Sean. He's also up here in New York, but he was just in Florida a few days ago, so he knows.
Yeah.
He's been there firsthand recently, and he's seen it.
Sean, why would you come here?
I mean, he went to a fucking timeshare on an island.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess that is different, but don't come back. Just stay as far away from here as you can. Yeah, no, dude. I mean, it's been pretty weird, but the good thing is,
yeah, I mean, it's been a lot, but like I said, thankfully I've had my wife, and we got a puppy a month and a half ago, so we've been kept busy, and then like I said, 16 songs sitting in a drive that we've just been messing around with back and forth. So that work, I've kept busy, and then I've also just been messing with my own stuff in the meantime. I'm sitting somewhere around like 30 something tracks that I've come up with on my own, trying to hit 50 by the end of the year. Just
hell yeah,
personal milestone thing.
Hell yeah, dude. I did the same thing in in April. I tried to hit 20, didn't make it. I got to 14, but
I mean, 14 is still pretty solid for a month.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was they kind of just they kind of all just came out on their own. But
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? I was gonna say the good thing is, it's funny that you're talking about music that you've made in this time, is that a lot of good music has been coming out in this time.
Yeah.
A lot of good music, surprisingly so.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, what are some albums that you've been listening to that came out this year that you really liked?
So, I've been listening to a lot of stuff all over the place, and I don't think any of it has personally come out of quarantine. But like, I was super obsessed with the Strokes' new album. The New Normal was incredible.
Look at it up there.
Thundercats, It Is What It Is.
Super good.
Yeah. Then like on the completely and totally opposite end of the spectrum, End, which is a super just chaotic hardcore mathcore band out of Jersey. It's like a super group made up of like Counterparts and just a bunch of other bands. Fit for an Autopsy, like Will Putney is in that band. It's some of the heaviest stuff I've heard all year, and it is absolutely insane. A band called Guitar Fight from Fooly Cooley, truly on that weeb shit out of
Yeah.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, one of the things I didn't expect from
like-
quarantine was becoming a
Yeah.
weeb. I did
Yeah,
not think that was
honestly.
going to happen.
2020, it's fucking time to just embrace the fact that being a weeb is just fucking the mainstream now, dude.
Yeah, man.
Everyone's a weeb. I'm literally wearing an Evangelion shirt right now that I bought from Uniqlo. Like, I bought this shit from Uniqlo. This isn't some, like, bootleg thing that you would used to have to buy off eBay or anything like it was 10 years ago. No, I got this. You could get this at Uniqlo like anybody else. It's a big-ass store on 52nd Street. Like...
Dude, I got a Mobile Suit Gundam shirt from there.
Hell yeah. I mean, my friend Steven, who you know from Reverie,
right?
He just made his Gundam Instagram yesterday for his models.
Oh shit! That's so dope.
Gundam on Instagram. If anybody is interested in seeing how that progresses.
I'm gonna put that in the chat.
sc.gundam. Yeah, this man, he spends money on that like we spend on gear, to put it in perspective.
Hell yeah. Fuck that. I'm all about those hobbies, dude. That shit that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Hell no. I mean, it's sick that he is, putting forth the effort into doing that. I don't have the patience at all. I could not imagine sitting there with a bunch of plastic little pieces trying to build anything.
Yeah.
Like, if there's my hands for anything other than, like, music.
Yeah. I agree 110% with that. That's exactly the reason I haven't, like, done, like one of those, like, DIY synths that people build sometimes. I can't, dude. I don't have, like,
I don't have the patience for that. Like, I'm a huge pedal nerd. Like, anybody who would, like, know me for more than 5 minutes knows that I'm super obsessed with guitar pedals. But I would not have the patience to sit there and solder one by myself and come up with everything. It's just, it ain't for me.
Pedals pre-built. All of them pre-built. I feel you on that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I have my board right next to me, and I have, like, I'm looking at, like, my Maris Mercury 7, which is, like, one of the best reverbs I've ever... I could never, ever, ever do anything like that. Why even bother? Like, at best, I could build, like, a fuzz or a boost, and what am I going to do with either of those at this point? Like, who cares? I'm not playing...
Pales in comparison with everything else that's on my board.
Also, I'm not playing in some dad rock band that I need, like, 3 or 4 different gain stages to boost for this one particular solo to nail that David Gilmour Pink Floyd tone. That ain't me. I've got 2 modes. I've got super clean and I've got my distortion, and that's it.
Deal with
it. Yeah, anything else, and I'll mess with knobs with my toes, or I'll just throw reverb and delay and shit on it. I ain't trying to get that finicky either.
Oh yeah, no. Reverb and delay are definitely the lifesavers when things get dicey or you gotta improvise a bit.
Oh yeah.
I would know.
Yeah, so you described me as a math rock shredder earlier, but you can't. You're not that far from it yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
What? Dude, I suck.
I've seen antics. I had seen antics more than once before. I know, right? Fucking throwing it back, but
I mean, I appreciate the compliment for sure. 110%. Thank you. Can't say that I'm definitely. I've seen what you guys can do. I ain't even close.
Nah, we're just out here having fun. We're not trying to do, honestly, we're not trying to do anything that's super crazy. We're trying to more, like, have fun with it, have actual songs rather than, like, look at all the crazy shit that we can do.
Yeah.
It may be fun for us to do that, but, like, that's, like, fun for, like, 5 sweaty dudes who spend too much time at the Guitar Center to listen. Exactly,
and that's part of the reason why, I kind of, like, parted ways with Antics, because at one point I realized that it was like literally, like, really truly getting and enjoying what was happening with a lot of the songs. Like, everybody loved, like, 2 or 3 songs specifically that they all went crazy for. But then when we played all the other shit, we're like, check out the new shit that we worked on. It's so intricate and complex. They're like, deuces. And they just fucking dipped out the room, And it's like, that for me was like, all right, I think I'm just gonna start making shit that I enjoy and other people will enjoy, because otherwise.
Yeah, and I think that's the key is when you start getting too wrapped up in like the intricacies of what you're doing and you're trying too hard to make it complex, you're losing the point. The point of music is to have a good time and to express yourself through it. Nobody's expressing themselves in fucking 17/8. Let's be honest here. Like,
Yeah,
people are just trying to have a good time. If you're doing something at 17/8, you better have like a resolution for it and actually make something of it.
Yeah, no.
I do think that a lot of people don't really get that. But I'm gonna be honest. Most of the math rock that I listen to nowadays is of people who do get it. Like, there's this band Standards that I listen to a lot. That they actually just released a new album last week. And it's math rock. It's like super intricate tapping guitars, but it has hooks. It has melodies. It's instrumental, but like, and it's obviously super complex. But there is like there's substance to it. It's not just this dude just
shredding
on a guitar for just shredding for fucking 5 minutes and then moving on. No, it actually like goes somewhere. It goes back. Like, there are callbacks to it. It feels like almost like a pop song structure, in the sense that it gives you something to like hook onto and to remember, something that you can sing back to yourself later, even though there's no words. And that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy listening to, because like, I was at all 3 of the Dillinger Escape Plan's last shows here in New York. I live for that chaos, but and you can't always have that. You need something to get people to stick around and to actually remember, because otherwise it's just like, oh yeah, this song was really cool because they played really fast. It's just like, oh cool, what's your favorite part? Can you sing anything from it? Like, what's good about it? I mean, they play their instruments really well. It's just like that. Well, I don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's obviously not math rock, but because that's the thing, like the math rock that I would listen to, because I don't listen to it as much as I used to anymore. But when I did, like, it's the same thing. I would only listen to shit that would stick in my head. Because a lot of it, it's really just a bunch of fucking dudes just fucking shredding. Like, I couldn't find the difference between math rock and Dream Theater at some point, because it's just.
God, I hate Dream Theater.
I fucking
so
love
much.
Dream. I hate them so much.
Dream Theater.
They're so bad. Like, it's 6 dudes from Berkeley just shredding for like hours. Who cares? You know?
Yeah, it is way too much.
Yeah, man. It's obnoxious, but
yeah,
that's my point. Like,
also, I like, even the instrumentals just rambling basically for 8 minutes. I fucking hate James LeBrie's voice. I hate that. Like, that man sounds like fucking Jack Black live, and not even in a good way. Like,
that is the best comparison that you could have given for that man's voice. It sounds
like Tenacious D with dudes who graduated from Berkeley playing in the background, because that's basically what it is.
Tenacious D, but seriously, like that's what it is, and it's terrible. It's terrible because they take themselves seriously.
Yeah,
like
they just take themselves way too seriously.
It's so like just down. Like,
yeah,
this is what there's no imagination to it.
No.
You get me?
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. It's like, it's crazy what they do, and instrumentally I can appreciate them every now and again. But like, I can't, like, most people that I know that aren't like diehard Dream Theater fans but have heard of them know like songs that aren't fucking 20 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody fucking wants to hear it. I mean, look, I love, 20-minute songs. I'm a huge fan. And Explosions in the Sky and fucking Mars Volta. Hell yeah, dude. I'm all about that shit. But I get it. I look, Antics tried, I would like to say pretended to be a post-rock band. We weren't very like on the nose about it, but
I mean, yeah, you guys were minus the bear worship.
Okay. That's I'll take that one. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I know Sebs would like that one, but Like we made one 10-minute song, one, because we were like, I mean, we haven't yet. We fucking have to. And it was literally just two songs in one, because two literally like pop structure songs connected in one.
Yeah.
That was our, but it's like it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't come natural. It's such an interesting thing, that kind of music, because it's like, if you do it for that long, okay, if you make a song that long, it's a jam essentially.
Yeah,
but
it's basically a jam.
Yeah, but how does it not stagnate is my question. Because we've all done jams where it's like four dudes trading 8-bar sections with each other. There's no real movement, right?
Right.
It stagnates. It's just this for fucking
forever.
3 days, like it's too much. So
yeah,
that's my fascination with post rock. It's how they manage to make it interesting and involving.
I feel like post rock is actually another one of those genres that it's like it's either done really well, or nowadays, because everyone has done it to death, it just turns into what people call crescendo core. That it just keeps kind of building but never actually goes anywhere. Like, it's building and it's just like you think something's gonna happen and then the song just ends. Like, there are so many bands like that they like took the parts of like explosions in the sky and Mogwai and God is an Astronaut, and like they took the interesting parts and only the interesting parts, but forgot about like the resolution afterwards and like the feeling of like all of this led somewhere, and they were just like, what if we just build forever?
Every song is basically
just for 12 minutes. Every song is just us building, just like we have 5 DL4 loop pedals on our boards, and we're just building all these textures and atmospheres, and then they will go absolutely nowhere, and you're going to sit there and wonder what the hell just happened.
How many more delays can I fit in this one guitar part? Let's see. Let's see.
Basically, how many pedals can I have on at once? And I know if Sean is still listening, he's going to like fucking make fun of me for that, because so I actually play in another band up here called Boy Howdy, which is more of an indie rock band. And there are several songs that all I do is just turn on all of my pedals and just fucking just tremolo while just messing with my volume knob.
And everybody out there is like, oh my god, this guy's like really fucking good.
Yeah,
and you're just like, good.
Yeah, basically. And I'm just like, yeah, I just have every fucking pedal on. And I'm just making noise back here. Like, it's fine. I'm not doing anything crazy. Literally, I literally work with monkeys, and I'm sure I could train them to do this.
I know the feeling, man. Like, that's so interesting. I was actually going to ask you a question. What was the last show you played?
Oh my god! So I actually haven't played a show since November of last year. We played Fest.
Oh, how was that?
A lot of fun, honestly. It was great up until the point that one of my patch cables gave out, and I spent an entire song figuring out what the hell happened there. So
that fucking sucks.
It is what it is. We made the best of it. The show went on. Like, the rest of them played their parts to a fucking T. They soldiered on. It was great. And I just sat there on my knees, just like fucking just like trying to pay attention to where the song was, so that if I figured out where the rat patch cable was, I could just jump in. So if I were to test, like, if I were to like rearrange and test it, I would have to make sure I was playing the right part, so that I wasn't just playing fucking noise over them playing the song perfectly.
I mean, that's like what I told you before we started. It's like something needs to go wrong before the show. It has to go wrong. If not,
everything was perfect before the show, and then of course the patch cable gave out, and I have no idea which one, so I had to sit there and figure out which one it was.
Dude, it always makes me nervous. It always makes me nervous when something doesn't go wrong before a show.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, because we sound checked and everything, and there was no problems. It wasn't until 3 songs in the set that one of my cables was just like, "No, I'm good. I'm done." Just like, great. Good,
the cable was just like, "Today's not your day, motherfucker. Sorry."
Yeah.
This is my stop. Dude,
yep.
Yeah, that's I'm telling you, when I played in New York, I didn't take my guitar with me because I have like this crazy ass fucking guitar that was like $900. I'm not gonna put it on a fucking plane for the TSA to just fuck it up.
No, no. And when I moved up here, bringing my guitar was just the most stressful thing I've ever put
Yeah.
myself through. Because I was just like, I hope it's still in one piece when I get off this plane.
Yeah, that was my fear. So I ended up borrowing a friend's guitar up there, and
Right.
and we go through this mission because I was playing at Baby's All Right, and we go through this mission to get the to get the guitar like in one spot of Brooklyn, and then I had to go to another place in Brooklyn, and then I had to go to fucking Baby's, and then my friend who was driving me fucking missed the turn, took us all the way to Manhattan, and fucking take the bridge
Right.
back, get off the bridge, land at Baby's. I get it, mind you. At this point, I'm like here in stress. I can't anymore. I get out of the
Yeah,
car.
I've been to Baby's a few times. It's a nice venue.
It's nice, man. It's a nice place. But I get in there, right, and it's sound check. I made it just on time. Lucky everybody's nice. I'm so used to everybody being a fucking jerk down
Yeah.
here, so I figured everybody's a fucking jerk everywhere else. And I get there and I open the guitar case. Thank fucking God, but no fucking strap. Right, the stupidest thing. Like just the stupidest thing. You don't think about that, right? And
Right.
it's not there. And I wanted to just die in that moment, right? But the moment that happened, I was like, better now than, I have a strap and then the thing breaks while I'm mid solo and I look like a fucking idiot on stage, So, the New York crowds are interesting, man. They're very different from Miami crowds. I noticed in Miami,
Yeah.
it's all about like spectacle. Like I have to go out of my way to give someone a show down here. Like I go in the pit like mid song and I like fucking dance with people. I do like karaoke sets mid set like of my own songs, and people sing like I do all that shit. I tried that up there. People were like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
It
oh.
it really depends, because like, so I've been to a bunch of different kinds of shows up here, and like when it comes to like hardcore and metalcore and just anything like in the heavier realm, like people up here go way harder than they do down there. But in the like indie shows that I've been to, or like the math shows, everyone's just standing there just
That's
arms
so.
crossed.
It's like
Just-
Talent Farm all over again. You'd think that
I
only
know.
happens in Florida, and it doesn't.
No, dude. Everyone's just standing around, just arms crossed. And then afterwards, they'll come up to him and be like, yo, that set was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. It's just like, why the fuck didn't you act like that while we were fucking playing? Like, what the hell?
And you're just like,
You know,
bro.
you're not allowed to show some sort of emotion while people are up there. Like, we look into the crowd to get some sort of energy off of you.
Yeah.
If you feel shit, like,
It's gonna
going
suck.
To make us, yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
as hard as we want to.
Dude, it's
Like-
it's yeah. No, I feel you there 100%. Like that's something that I that's something I took very seriously with this project moving forward. Like I was like, dude, I'm not gonna play another show. If I see somebody fucking standing around, like that's it.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Also,
something.
Sean did actually point out that I did play another show. I played a show in early March up here
Oh.
at Knitting Factory, and honestly, that felt like it was last year as well. So I'm sorry about that, but March does not feel like time has just lost all meaning at this point. Like as far as I know, I played Fest. I played that show at Knitting Factory the next day. Like,
Yeah. No, I mean it's been a total fucking shit show in terms of like time has become a total illusion. I can't say that it's a real thing anymore that can be trusted. Every show I play, I mean, I only played what? I played 2 shows this year. They all feel like I played them like 3 years ago.
right.
Nothing is like, it's super weird. It's a super weird feeling. But going back to what I was saying, yeah, man, it's an interesting crowd up there. And funny enough, right? So not into the spectacle, right? They're into like, I ended up figuring out they're into like literal at least the crowd at Babies was into like literal musician shit. Like
Yeah.
there were like 2 or 3 sections. No, there were 2 or 3 songs where I like vocally held out a note, like a really loud note, like like some shit like that. And first time in my fucking life I do that, and I get an applause. Like I get a legitimate applause. Like people are like you know when like a jazz guitar
Happened to be funny. Into it and laugh and like cheer along or whatever, and like that's fun. And then other times, depending on like the crowd or the bands that we play, it's just awkward because they're like a lot of songs about like sex and like just like that, and they're like, ah, get it, I guess. Like, yeah, we're in fucking New York. Why are you being such a fucking prude? Like, come on, just have a good time. It's fine.
Stop
We're
being
all
fucking
adults
weird,
here.
man.
If you're not an adult, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, man. No,
Yeah.
I feel you there. I feel you there. It's so sad that it's such a universal thing to just stand arms crossed at a show. Like,
I know.
it's so hurtful in a lot of ways. Like, I don't know who started that and why, but I wish they didn't. Because it's like we rely on that. We really do. You made a great point. We really do rely on that. We really do. And when a crowd is just fucking like DOA like that, like it's hard, man.
It's hard. It's so hard to like to pump yourself up and to want to do it. I mean, I know that like everyone and their mother has said play every show like it's your every show like it's sold out and so on and so forth, and like put out the energy, but they're like you can only do it so many times before, like, even if you've had like a really good show in between, like you're just like, damn, are we doing something wrong? And it's just like half the time no, because you get off the stage and they're like, yo, that was really good, honestly. And it's just like, cool. But like
exactly, where you're just kind of like,
yeah,
is it me? Yeah, like is it me? What did I do? You know, and it takes such a fucking effort, man. Like, for me to have to go into the audience and just start fucking like literally bumping into people on purpose to get them to fucking move, like, but I mean they move. And they'll remember the show because I went in there and made a fool of myself in the pit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you got to make an ass of yourself for them to get into it. And they're like, oh, okay, I can do the same thing, and it's fine because there's no way I can top that.
All right, he looked like an idiot first. Now I can do it now. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Exactly.
As long as he does it first.
Just out of curiosity, what's the weirdest compliment you've ever gotten after a set?
Weirdest compliment I've ever gotten after a set. Weird in what sense? Because I've had like...
All right. So I'll start with mine.
Okay.
The weirdest compliment that I've ever gotten after a set was when we opened for Polyphia. We were like unloading all of our shit and moving to the merch booth or whatever. And this dude comes up to us. He's just like, yo, you guys are like really 3-4 right. I was just like, what? Like, I know you mean the time signature 3/4. But why is that what you chose to go with? You guys were 3-3-4, and like it's just that is objectively a thing that we like doing. We like messing with like 3-4 and like groupings of that and that type of stuff. But like, why? That's not a compliment. It's not an insult.
It's just totally left field.
Like, yeah, this man could have walked up to us and been like, yo, you guys play an E standard, hell yeah. And I would have been like, I mean, that is objectively true, but what do you mean?
That's fucking random as fuck, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean by like weird. Like it's not like a backhanded compliment, but it's also not like a straightforward compliment, nor is it an insult. It's just so far out of left field that you're like, what do I do with this information? How do I react to you?
I mean, I guess the weirdest, I can't say, I mean, it was a compliment, but I guess it was more a thing that happened. My old band Sidekicks, we got to open for 100 Watt, and they played at Grand Central, and that was a super weird fucking night, but that's a whole other story in and of itself. Basically, what ended up happening was the night finished, 100 Waters finished. The place was still packed when they finished. The lights came on, right? And I'm at my merch table. And my merch table gets bum rushed by just hordes of people. And then I'm thinking, 100 Waters is over there. They're over there. It's not they're over there. And no, there's just a line of people trying to get an autograph. I'm like, really? I'll sign. I haven't really, I don't want to use my real signatures. I'll have to make some shit up, but okay. People wanted to take pictures and shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I at that same Polyphia show and at I think one or two other shows, I've had people like that. They're like, "Yo, can you like sign my shirt?" I'm like, "Want me to sign your shirt?" Like, it's just, I mean, I'll do it if you want me to, but I feel like that ruins the shirt. If anything, this is a nice shirt. Why do you want to ruin it with my fucking ugly ass signature?
I can top that. Actually, I played in Orlando at this bar called, I think it was it Space Bar? I think it's called.
Yeah.
It used to be called. So I played there, and there was fucking no one there. Like, there was a crowd of like 20 people, right? And there's this girl up front, wasted to like the nth, right? Of course. And we finish the set. I'm packing all my shit up. She comes up to me and she's like, "Hey," hands me a Sharpie and just bends over and does this. I'm like, hold on. What? What are you talking about? She goes, "Yeah, just sign." And I'm like, she's like, "Okay, bye." I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? What is this? What the fuck is this?
I can't say I've had that happen to me.
It's so weird.
Yeah, we don't like. I'm happy to say that we haven't really played too many shows to people that are too like trashed or anything. It's typically when we're opening for like bigger bands that people show up like 2 hours early and get absolutely destroyed for whatever fucking reason. Like, people feel like if they're at a concert, they need to drop like fucking $200 at the bar before the first band is on. And then all of a sudden you have this dude who's just up front who looks like he's gonna puke at any given second. Just
oh my god, that's the worst. That's the worst. Yeah.
Like, this dude looks like he's just going to puke and get kicked out at any fucking second, and he's just up there, and it's just like, oh god, man, come on. It's like,
what are you doing, man?
You have another like fucking 5 hours to get through.
Have some self-respect, buddy. What are you doing? But I see. I've had the opposite. I've played more shows with drunk people, like completely fucking just gone, than so.
Go into medicine and become a psychologist, but then I realized that wasn't so much science as just what to do. So I applied to grad school and got into Mount Sinai up here and got a master's in neuroscience, and now I work at a neuroscience lab.
Wow.
Yep, I work with everybody loves to ask me about it, but I work with monkeys on a day-to-day basis.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. What?
Yeah, so you know that meme that it's like a monkey sitting in a chair and it's just like looking at a screen, and then it has like the juice. It's like a whole like it's like a cycle of turned into a meme of a monkey sitting in a chair.
I haven't.
That was literally my master's project. Like, it's insane, but my master's project was literally a meme.
Am I a joke to you?
Yeah, it's just like my master's project was I would sit a monkey in a chair, and in exchange for giving it rewards of juice, I would make it watch videos and record in its brain and its heart how it was reading these videos.
What kind of videos?
So videos are basically showing things like monkeys interacting with each other in a variety of ways or not, or for like a control to separate the two, just like nature documentary clips. So basically we were trying to figure out if monkeys show emotional responses to the so that we could figure out like, all right, are these parts of the brain that we're recording are these parts that have to do with that emotional response, like because that ties into what people have been studying in terms of what's called deep brain stimulation, where they would literally put electrodes into people's brains and basically zap a little bit, not to fry anything, but to either turn on or off certain parts of the brain that are thought to be over or under expressive in cases of severe depression.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was basically us like reinforcing like these are the areas that you want to get in and zap and talk to and figure out as much as you can to manipulate, because these are the parts that are responding to emotional cues.
Holy shit.
So that was my
fucking
master's project. And now I'm working on some MRI stuff that is basically looking at like, why do monkeys like to gamble?
monkeys like gambling.
Monkeys love gambling.
That is fucking awesome. Horrible for them, horrible addiction to have. But wow.
Yeah, monkeys love gambling. It's, I mean, yeah. So the gambling aspect of the evolutionary advantage is basically like the logic portion of it. Like, is this worth going the risk for? Like, it's about being able to mitigate risk. And so that's where the gambling comes into. But the gambling addiction is where, okay, where does that go wrong? And that's basically, that's why we're trying to figure, that's why we're taking a look at it, because obviously mechanism arose as a result of like, I have a bigger brain, how can I use that bigger brain to figure out these problems in terms of like, is this risk worth taking? And then figuring out like, all right, how did that evolve into, this is super risky and that makes me want it more?
Holy shit. Fucking monkeys, man.
Yeah, monkeys
God
are crazy.
damn.
There's a reason we study them.
Well, yeah, they're like
They're
intellectually
little-
the closest thing to us, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're basically like we say it every day. No matter how old they are, they basically like stagnate around like toddler level intelligence.
Oh.
But they're still toddlers, so you know they still like.
Yeah,
they
toddlers
still
have
do
some
shit that-
fucking
yeah,
function too.
Exactly. So they catch you by surprise sometimes with the shit they do, and it's
That's-
really funny at times.
That's fucking nuts, man. I would have never guessed monkeys are gamblers. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot of interesting monkey research going on, and it's not like I feel like I have to say this because obviously there's a lot of so Mikey loves to give me shit about it. He's just like,
Oh, I'm
you work
sure he
with
fucking
monkeys."
does.
Mikey being the fucking that he is. He's just like, oh, you work with monkeys, you torture monkeys on a daily basis, you piece of shit. It's like, no, I don't torture monkeys. I fucking put them in a chair and have them work for juice for fun, and then figure out why.
Oh, so slave now, huh? Slave labor? Is that what it is?
Yeah, okay. Now, so we're going from the vegan fucking you're torturing monkeys to the leftist. This is slave labor. You're fucking. Do the monkeys have a union? Have the monkeys unionized yet? No,
They have to seize the means. They have to seize the means. Holy shit! All right, look, let's stop monkeying around here. Let's talk about the real shit here. All right, so this remix EP, it's coming out on the 9th of October.
So it's coming out on the 2nd.
right,
on Bandcamp.
9th on Spotify.
9th on streaming.
Okay.
We're doing the 2nd on Bandcamp because we want people to buy it, because all of the money that we're getting out of this is going straight to food, not bombs, which you have the links up for right now for any donations that anybody would like to give. They're like not an international, but they're a national organization who has individual chapters, and so the Miami chapter, because they tend to put forth the effort that a lot of people can't in terms of feeding the homeless and providing resources for those in need. And I know it's super difficult their house right now for a variety of reasons, but they're the ones that work. So at the very least, what we can do is provide the financial resources that we can do to give back to those. We are very happy to do so. So that's the EP, and honestly, it was just we figured these songs would be fun for anybody to mess with, because like at the end of the day, Sam writes some fucking just those bass lines are so
Oh
good.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
did such a good job with Mercado. Like that song was all him. That bass line is where it started, and then the part after that we built entirely off of his
Yeah,
parts.
that's a hook
I think
in and of
yeah,
itself,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Like
absolutely. Like you fucking killed it with that, and it's hard not to because
he
Bam
killed it.
gave you the perfect
Yeah,
yeah.
he
He
killed
gave you
it.
the fucking blueprint to just run wild with it.
He gave
We
me the
knew that you
keys to the
could.
car.
Yeah,
I got to do whatever the fuck I wanted. That shit was
yeah,
crazy. I
yeah,
mean, it was like it made so much sense to build off of that bass line. And the
yeah.
guitar doubles on it, so it's like you're begging
Right.
me to take it and keep going
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
Like the
it
rest
was,
of the song is super fun on its own, but that bass line at the beginning it
oh
just
yeah,
it begs to be sampled. So I
yeah,
knew that somebody would have fun with that.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then so our friend, like I said, our friend Josue, he contributed to track. So he did Sour Diesel, and he took Mikey's lead actually from a specific part and flipped that into its own thing. And it is insane. The first
That one
time we
was
listened
super
to
dope.
it, we lost our minds listening to it. Loutlos too, he did like the meditation chamber remix is like
So
the
good.
perfect. It's the perfect name for it. It's just, it's honestly just so good to just chill to and relax. It reminds me honestly of like video game background music when it's like it's supposed to be super calm and chill.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it's just like it's something you'd have on in the background when you're just trying to like center yourself.
It was.
Or
I mean,
like
he
a heal.
killed
It's
it.
like a heal.
He. Um.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
super good.
I'm just so excited about how everything came out.
Songs came out great.
But yeah, that's what we've been up to.
All these songs came out really good. I was gonna say, it was literally all hands on deck. It's funny that you say community, and that we have to give back. And it's funny because I was thinking, as when I was working on this remix and all this stuff is that this whole everybody that's worked on these songs, like we've all kind of come from the same community, and we've all, even though all of us have kind of like branched out into other things and we've all separated, it's like we're still connected in many ways, and that community has always maintained, and that was thanks to the Talent Farm. That's my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
And
fucking shout out Kevin Burns.
Hell yeah, that man is the fuck Heinz. Nobody can touch that man.
Hell yeah.
That man is a saint. But taught me everything I know. But it's so interesting how much that community has endured. Like, I mean, it's been what? When was it? The Town Farm closed in 14 or 15, right? I don't remember. I think it was 14.
20. It may have been 2014 or 2015. Yeah, because I finished my freshman year of college when I saw Newfound Glory, and that was 2014, so they were still around. Like, I was at that Newfound Glory secret set that they had at Talent Farm.
That shit was crazy.
It was insane. I don't even like Newfound Glory, and I had a blast.
You had to go. You just I didn't go, but fucking the pictures that I saw and what John told me, John McHale, the guy who booked it, is fucking, that shit was insane. That shit was nuts.
Yo, get John to love us. I've never had any luck booking with John.
John's bro. If Kevin Burns is the Don, is a fucking Don, John's a fucking killer, dude. He's like his right hand man.
Yeah, I know.
Woo!
I know. Fucking there is nothing I look forward to more than whenever I see that John has posted something on Facebook.
Yes.
That man's rants are fucking legendary.
Epic. Epic.
My.
The man is a writer and he refuses to legitimately just take that path. Like, he's a writer, an incredibly great one.
Absolutely, yeah. So I don't know if you remember fucking Things You Will Hate, the blog.
No, I've never.
So there was a blog back in like fucking like so the guy goes by Finn McKenty, or his name is Finn McKenty. He does the punk rock MBA now is his thing. He's constantly on like Nail the Mix with Joey Sturgis and all this stuff. But before that, he was known as Sergeant D on like Metal Sucks and Things You Will Hate and stuff like that. And it's so much like John's writing style, where it's just like just dripping sarcasm with every word. And it's like it's something you genuinely care about, and he's shitting on it, but you're still laughing at it. And it's just like what he's saying is true, and that's why it's so much funnier, because he is giving you all the shit you deserve in just the best way possible.
It's so true, and he literally whatever, and he does it with such style. Like,
yeah,
it's beautiful. You can't get mad at him. You just can't.
No,
you just can't.
He could come for your favorite band in the world. You could have a full tattoo sleeve of them. You named your firstborn after their singer or whatever. And he could go on a fucking 10-paragraph liking them makes you the worst fucking person in the world. And at the end of it, you'd be like, yeah, you're right.
That's how, yeah. Literally every fucking post is like that. And it's on any given topic.
Yep.
He's well-versed. A surprisingly worldly man. Like, he knows a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's seen some shit too, man. Like
I'm sure he's lived in Miami his entire fucking life. You see some shit down there.
Oh my god.
Like for those of you here who like lived in Broward or who lived elsewhere, like Miami isn't just like South Beach and beaches. Miami's a lot. Yeah, that's Miami, Opelika, Hialeah,
Kendall, fucking Brickell, fucking every city is
Brickell,
like
you got the fucking rich people who ain't got shit to lose.
Yeah.
Opelika, you got the poor people who ain't got shit to lose.
in Kendall, you have the people who are just indifferent to everything.
Yep, and still ain't got shit to lose. The point is, there's a lot of people down there who ain't got shit to lose and don't give a fuck, and you're gonna
about
see some shit.
Anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wynwood is where they all congregate to just mix and just not give a fuck about anything together, but in their own way, where it gets in each other's way. Oh, I've seen some things down here that I'm not proud of. But
I'm sure you've done some shit that you're not proud of.
I've actually been a good boy. Surprisingly enough, I'm very scared of the unknown in that respect. I would not fuck with shit like that. Some of the shit that I've seen, I wouldn't fuck with it. No way. No fucking way, man. Like, bro, I straight up, like, I saw a hit and run happen in front of me. But, like, they didn't hit anybody, like a person. They hit, like, another car. And they just straight up, like, they got out of the car, looked at the damage, and they're like, yeah, hold up. Gonna go get my license.
And then just dip.
Dude, it's like, in Kendall. Like, why?
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly. That's really not, like, surprising.
I mean, it isn't, but it still begs the question, why the fuck are you doing this? But no, what I was saying about Town Farm and all that stuff earlier is it's that, you know, I've been doing this stuff since I was 15. I'm gonna be 30 in a couple months. And in all that time, okay, I've seen the Miami scene fucking explode, then implode, then resuscitate, then die again, then resurrect, then die again. And never in all that time, it's currently dead right now, and never in all that fucking time, in my opinion, have I ever seen, like, a unity like what was in the Town Farm and what we had over there. Because no matter, I remember I booked I had a string of shows I booked there for a while where Kevin was like, you want to book? Go ahead, book. And so he let me do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And so I booked an electronic show.
Right.
Which at the Town Farm is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
Read the room. But I had a bunch of these fucking like electronic dudes and DJs come through. And Lotlos was one of them. Yeah. And he came in and he did his, it was so fucking, it was equal parts funny and intriguing because for everybody else that played, right? Everybody played on the floor, nobody played on the stage. For
Right.
everyone that played, okay, nobody got near them. Everybody was kind of just sitting around the room,
Right.
okay? So that you know how much pull and how important Luke is in the scene, right? Latlos.
Yeah.
When he goes up, right? Everybody got up and stood right in front of him. And they made like their own pit right in front of the table where he had all his gear. Yeah. And it looked like if you guys were playing on the floor and a crowd congregated around you guys. It was the same thing, but just one dude pressing buttons.
I remember fucking Talent Farm floor sets.
Dude, that was wild. I saw that and I was like, this is what a scene looks like. This is what that's supposed to be.
So, one of the first shows so I booked like 3 shows at Talent. They're all like mixed genre shows, and they all did really well. Mm-hmm. And after that, I never saw anything like that again. I remember one of the first shows I ever booked was like an acoustic show that it was like Broden, which is now Woolbright and Body Heat, Baseborn, my like old metalcore band Drowning at the Shore.
What? That was you?
Yes, I was in that. We did like an acoustic set of just covers, and then like I think like 2 or 3 ska bands did like acoustic versions. And honestly, it was one of the most chill shows I've still ever been to. Everyone hung out, like, was super respectful, like, showed love to each other. It was just, like, a group of, like, 60 friends basically hanging out at the Talent Farm and just respecting each other. And still haven't seen anything like that again. I'm not sure we ever will.
I've toured in certain places where you see that. Or I feel like Orlando is sometimes one of those places.
Yes, Orlando and Daytona are 2 of the best places I've ever played because they do very much have that like sense of unity still in community. But they also have, at least Orlando has the venues. Daytona basically just has Tirnanog, which every time I've played there has been incredible. But I feel like it's because the few people that live there have nothing better to do than to just go nuts at this random show. Yeah, exactly. I haven't been there in a bit. I've heard they're also in a bit of a slump, but Orlando for sure. Orlando and Gainesville for a while was another one.
Yeah. Oh my God, the house parties that I have played there have been the most debaucherous I have ever taken part of. Like, holy shit, it's like Hangover type shit. Like, we played a show one time where a homeless guy walked in. He took the mic and he goes, "Yo, can I rap real quick?" And it was like 3 a.m, and we're like, "Yeah, sure, why?" But we're talking like an old guy. This isn't like he wasn't our age or anything. He was like old. Yeah. And he just starts fucking spitting for 20 minutes. And, like, everybody had left, and they all came back in. He wasn't even part of the show. Fucking dude left with a fucking 24-pack of Bud Light and 2 chicks. He just dipped.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's like, and I played that same house party twice in 2 separate years. Both times was just fucking insane, man. Like,
God damn.
Gainesville's a wild ass fucking place, dude.
I miss Gainesville sincerely.
Me too. It's so, but that's the thing. The thing I learned about Gainesville is that it's better to play a house party than a venue, in my opinion.
Yes and no. So we've had good results from venues and house parties. Before Fest, the last time we were in Gainesville, we played Lucy's with a few friends, and the venue actually sold out.
Ooh!
So that was a fun show.
What's the cap there?
I think it was like a 150 cap, so nothing crazy, but
that's still a good amount of people.
For like a bunch of prog bands on, I think it was like a Thursday night.
Oh no, that's awesome! Actually, that's fucking great.
Yeah, it might be a little higher than that, but it's not anything crazy. But the fact that like people came out for a bunch of prog and math rock bands, like not to say anything, because it was us, Just Neighbors, who is a fucking phenomenal math post rock band that you would probably really like. Velociraptor, um, and then Fall of the Albatross and 10th Row were on tour, or 10th Level, something like that. They were on tour from up here, actually, and we met up down there. And yeah, it was a sold out show. Shout out to fucking Matt Martyr for pulling that together, because that was incredible.
Yeah,
Um,
dude. Those shows
yeah,
are, those people know how to get down over there.
yeah,
Boy.
definitely.
Woo!
And then the year before that, we played. We didn't get to play Fest that year, but we got to play a Fest house show, and that was like us, Pool Kids, the Most. Um, who else? Cusco. It was a stupid stacked lineup.
Yeah,
But it was
that
just
sounds
Pool
like
Kids. Yeah, Pool
yeah.
Kids and the
Pool
Most
Kids alone. That's
are like,
yeah. That's already crazy.
yeah.
Shout out Andy. That's my boy. I love Andy.
Hell yeah! And that was also at the Just Neighbors house.
Dude.
It was goddamn. It was amazing.
Yeah, man. That oh man, those were the days. Jesus.
I know.
Oh man, everything's so stuck up now.
Things will get back to they'll get back to somewhat normal at some point. I'm sure.
Well,
There's like no there's I think like Rosas is the only venue left in Miami at this point. Basically, Broward doesn't have any venues
No.
at all.
None.
Like point blank, they have Revolution and Culture Room, but they don't have anything else for smaller bands. Broward is like
Dead.
100% dead right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Last time I played Broward,
I feel like this shit, like you said earlier, this shit happens every few years, and
and then it restarts.
something-
But I
yeah, it restarts.
feel like what happened here now is that we have basically a small group of people that have pretty much monopolized the scene down here in Miami. I mean, you have basically the Space people from Club Space.
Yeah.
They fucking bought it. It's the same people that run 3 Points. You know,
Right.
they fucking run Space. They run Floyd. It's them. It's Pop Life. Although Pop Life used to have 1306, but now I don't even know if 1306 is like functioning. Which 1306 was the same people that had Grand Central before it got demolished. And then after that, what? Churchill's? Oh, Gramps. Gramps is legit. Gramps is legit.
Is cool. Yeah,
Gramps is legit.
Cool. Yeah.
But outside of that,
Churchill's is one that'll never die.
oh my
Churchill's
god!
will
But it's
never
one
die.
that you just want to die. Like, fuck,
Will
man.
Never, no matter how much, like everyone. I feel like I've actually never been to Churchill's.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I've never
dude.
been to Churchill's.
Hold
I know
on.
it's like a rite of passage that I just never went through. But
You have to.
I know everyone else is just like, yeah, it's one of those places that once you outgrow it, you're like, all right, this place needs to be fucking shut.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh my god, that place is a shit show. And it's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like I'm not offending. Everybody will fucking agree with me when I say
Yeah.
Churchill's is a shit show. It's just
Yeah.
you either like the shit show or you don't like the
Yeah.
shit show.
Yeah, it's either you're still enamored by the shit show or you've grown out of it and now you're like, nah.
Yeah, Churchill's
Nah.
is man, every show I've played there has either been really good or really fucking bad. Like just
Yeah.
bad. I went they had this series one night in 2015 or there was they did it the whole year where they were like having a show once a month with performers of a certain kind of zodiac sign. So I went in May, and it was a Gemini one. I'm not kidding about this. This just random ass white dude gets on stage, right? Presses play on some shit right now. Oh shit, my friend Eric is saying that Churchill's is going through something right now. They're losing the venue, I think. Just posted something on Facebook. Well, I gotta look that up because I did not know.
Shit.
That's
Yeah.
horrible. But anyway, whatever. The dude just goes and he presses play, he grabs the microphone, starts mumbling, right? Mind you, there's like 6 of us in the venue. And he just starts taking off his clothes until he's just walking around butt ass naked all over the fucking floor, and that was it. That was the show. I don't know what the fuck I walked into that night. That shit was fucking crazy. But I think that's the last time I ever went to like a Churchill show, like just randomly, because I just fucking couldn't. Like,
Yo, apparently they got evicted.
no.
Oh shit.
No way. What? Let me look that.
That's
shit.
insane. Yeah, I just looked it up.
And then this is just now.
I feel bad now saying that. I feel like I just made that happen.
You fucking willed it into existence.
Yeah, I willed it into existence. Fucking Schrodinger's cat. It's like Churchill's exists until you say that it doesn't, and then suddenly it doesn't.
No fucking way.
Holy shit.
Wait, hold on. This is not. Wait, hold on. We are being unlawfully evicted from the venue. Wow, that shit's about to become an H&M.
Honestly, yeah.
Jesus, that's horrible. Well, rest in peace, Churchill's. That's, well, hopefully not, man. I mean, look at the place, but that place is technically our fucking CBGBs. It's like legendary.
It is a historic venue. It's like fucking Miami's CBGB, basically.
Yeah, it is. It is. You can't.
Like,
You get rid.
In there, but it's still a legendary venue that has seen a lot of stuff and a lot of people come. Game, but
yeah, I mean, well, that's also true to CBGBs though. CBGBs was just like that too.
Yeah.
It was just like that too. It was a fucking cesspool of debauchery and disgustingness, but it was legendary.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, dude. Wow, that just kind of rocked my world a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. That's fucking.
I know. That's the last thing that I expected to see.
Yikes!
Megan said that it's the cockroach of venues, and
she's
honestly,
right.
That's exactly that's exactly how everyone has always like. So she's never been to Churchill's. She's been to Miami to go on a cruise, and she nailed it first shot.
Oh my
god! Yeah, I'm surprised that somebody found the right can of Raid. Apparently, but...
Look, it's fucked up though. I mean, it is fucked up. Like, I can't tell you how many fucking bands started there too. Like,
I know.
A shit ton of bands. Iggy Pop has played there a shit ton of times too. I mean, it's a crazy historic legendary. Also, kind of a side note, but best Moscow Mule I've ever had was from there too. So yeah, surprisingly, yeah, dude. Surprisingly enough, it's actually really good, and they have some really interesting shows in the back. I went to like a electronic show in like this tiny fucking room they have in the back, tiny, like the size of my room, and everybody was just thrashing in there. This fucking wild ass fucking show. At the same time, there's like a legit crazy ass show happening in the main stage, and then there's like beat poetry happening in the backstage. Like, Churchill's a fucking playground for music. But yeah, Eric, for real, dude, you fucking killed the vibe, bro. Now I feel bad.
I know.
You literally said that after we just finished talking shit about Churchill's, bro.
God damn. I fucking killed Churchill's.
Look at what you made Hyro do, man.
I fucking killed Churchill's. I can't believe it.
Jesus. Oh my god. But yeah, dude. Anyway, we've totally fucking digressed here.
Yeah.
So are we also gonna see more singles coming off of this remix EP?
I think it's just gonna be the one that we did together for now, and then we'll drop the whole thing on the 2nd. People should definitely be on the lookout for that, because like we talked about earlier, all of these remixes are fucking nuts. It's like we wanted to do stuff like this for a while, and we were just kind of waiting for the right opportunity. And I'm glad we found the right people because everyone fucking delivered. God damn.
Dude, let me tell you something. I was sitting on those tracks for a couple days because I was like, where the fuck do I start?
Right.
Like, where do I start? Because I felt, I felt a little weird just using the bass line and the guitar part and just sampling that to like the living hell. But I managed to use your guitar, or what? Yeah, it was your guitar where you're doing the chords. And I made it super airy. I was like, okay, this is a vibe. We're going somewhere. And then that lead is what I ended up just hopping on that lead and running with it. But then I felt bad that I didn't have any of Gabe's like drums in there.
So it's funny you say that because as hyped as I was about it, I don't think anybody in this band was as hyped as Gabe was. Gabe loves it so much. He's just like, because Gabe is the reason we went with an initial D anime for the AMV. Because Gabe is our car guy. Like, he loves driving around more than anything, and he's just like, yo, I'm about to drive down to Miami and just fucking blast this shit out of my car while driving around. This is everything I've ever wanted. Like, when I say that Gabe is the biggest fan of this song, I'm not exaggerating at all. So there are no hard feelings about his drums not being used.
But I did use it. I turned his snare.
Did?
I turned his snare into a sub bass.
Oh shit.
Like, I took one hit of the snare and I fucking like multiplied it by like 800 times, and it gave me like this nasty ass bass note. So I just sampled it and used it as a bass. So he's technically in there.
He's technically in there. Regardless, he could have. He loved the song so much that he's just like, this is everything I ever wanted. That paired with the initial D AMV, he was fucking losing his mind. I sent it over.
You sent my boy to heaven with that one. Good lord. I mean, no, that video came out fucking dope, dude.
Yeah. Once again, shout out to Van Gogh Sky.
Yes.
Allen Farm days.
Oh.
Matt Dobrzhansky made that video for us.
Dude. Fucking another name I haven't heard in years. I
know.
You know what I miss? I miss them coming down for the summer all the time and reuniting during the summer, playing a show and then breaking up again.
So Mikey does Barn Show every year, and we were trying so hard to get Van Gogh Sky to do a reunion, and the one that we couldn't get was Mateo to come down.
Damn.
It's just, it's hard to get people to fly down for.
No, I know. Yeah, it's super. It's
crazy. It was basically gonna be Talent Farm all over again. It was gonna be like, Baseborn was gonna do like a final reunion show. Reverie was gonna do a final reunion show. Echo Bass was gonna do a final show. Yeah, it was going to be a lot.
Goodness. Those are names I haven't heard in so long.
I know. That was supposed to happen over the summer, but obviously with everything going on,
the world ending and whatnot.
Yeah, it's still supposed to happen next year once things are somewhat normal again. We'll see if things ever get back to normal, but
I think what's your thought on that? I think they will eventually.
I sincerely don't know. I feel like certain parts of the country might feel some sort of semblance of normalcy. Like, I feel like New York is getting there. But as long as you have people like DeSantis in power where they don't give a shit, you're still going to have hotbeds like Florida where it's just going to keep being a thing. I don't see Biden changing jack shit, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he's not going to do shit to DeSantis. DeSantis is going to keep doing whatever the fuck he wants, and Biden is going to be able to do shit about it. It is what it is.
It's a sad tale. I mean, DeSantis is literally the fucking village idiot running this state right now. I mean, he's a total fucking moron, and I don't see. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. There's if Biden wins, which for fuck's sake, please. If Biden wins, there's gonna be a federal mandate for sure on masks. I mean, there's going to be I would assume if he's fucking prudent enough and if the numbers are still high, he'll probably issue a federal lockdown, I would assume, for 6 weeks or so to make sure that this thing fucking really does slow down. Kind of like what New Zealand did, but maybe, the diet version of it because we're the U.S. We don't do anything the whole way correctly.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to end up happening. But in terms of reining in, you know, Republican governors and shit like that, I think these motherfuckers are going to get even more emboldened because, I mean, Biden might sell himself like a tough guy, but that guy's a total softie. I mean, he's like memory foam. He's firm to the touch, but he'll conform. You get me? Like, and then what the fuck is Kamala gonna do? Like, you get me? It's. I just don't see. The problem is gonna be reining in Republican states because I think the Republican Party on a national level is probably going to eat shit after this election. If the Democrats win everywhere, they're gonna have a tough time coming back. But
yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say, in terms of the evolution of the political landscape, what's probably going to happen is because I mean, the way that polls are looking, this country's been the most to the left now than it's fucking ever been, probably since World War II.
Yeah.
And I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to start seeing a lot of what are now like moderate Democrats kind of become like the new, like,
Republican.
Yeah. And then the progressive wing is going to be the new Democratic Party.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah, I mean, because look, I'll take a moderate Dem over a fucking GOPer of any variety right now. Like, anywhere from your most and disconnected Mitt Romney Republican to your fucking super fascist fucking Trump Republican. Like,
yeah,
I will take a moderate Dem over any one of those two, just because.
Yep.
I know what I'm getting. You get me? I'm getting, a bag of water and bones with no spine. So, I'd rather that than a fucking snake.
Yep.
But I think it's, you're 110% correct about what you're saying about, states like Florida remaining hotbeds, states like fucking Texas remaining hotbeds, Georgia.
Yeah.
The South.
California too. Even the California super liberal, they've been struggling like crazy because you have the super liberal anti-vaxxers out there who don't believe in masks and just believe in holistic medicine.
The yogis.
Yogis, exactly. So it's a disaster. I don't know if touring is ever going to be a thing again until like 2022.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because even European musicians getting in here. I don't know if you saw, but like, the application for getting a visa to come tour in the United States has gone up like, I think 100%. I think it like doubled basically. So it's gone from, I think it was like $400 a person to $700 a person.
Woo!
Which makes it impossible for like smaller touring bands from out there to get a visa to come tour over here. So I don't think we're going to see any European acts here in the state short of like massive ones anytime soon.
I mean, even the massive ones. The massive ones. And even
the
then...
massive ones might not find it worth it because they can't hit like a lot of major markets at that point. So what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah. Even then, I was going to say...
I don't know. Live music is kind of turning into one of those things that you all need to be together to record a pre-recorded set, do it as best you can, and then put it on the internet.
Yeah.
The best. Yeah.
Fucking cross your fingers and hope to die type shit. It's fucking... But that's what I was going to say. Even national bands are, not really... I don't see a path forward for them. I don't know if there was an article that came out, I think in like, I want to say in April or May, where it was Live Nation pretty much saying, well, now we're gonna take another 20% cut away from bands too, because we gotta pay for this shit somehow. And it's like, oh, you must not want your business to stay afloat, because if you don't have a band going, if you don't have a band touring because you're taking too much money from them, what show are you gonna book? Because who the fuck other than NASCAR bands are gonna fucking play shows for you? Like, you get me? And that's a shitty fucking formula, man. Like, that doesn't work for anybody. You know, it's horrible. So even in on that level, I don't see like big touring bands. What incentive do they have? I think what's gonna happen, and you tell me what you think, but I think what's probably gonna happen is we're gonna see a lot of bands or artists, big artists, make their own fucking booking agencies of sorts or touring agencies of sorts, and have that in-house in their team. Make their own connections with venues and stadiums.
Honestly,
and
I do think this is going to lead to the collapse of the music industry as we know, and that's probably honestly going to be a good
thing. I was saying the same thing in April.
Blow it up. All the fat cats on top, blow it up, and just put the music. We go back to fucking seizing the means of production, baby.
Marx was right. He was right.
And on that note, we've been fucking ranting for an hour and a half.
Yeah, we should call it. This has been interesting.
It's been a fucking blast, dude.
No, man, thank you for coming on for the first weekly show.
Thanks for having me.
For sure. Really quick before we go, again, this is Jairo Munoz. He's in the band Elders, math rock band. They're really fucking sick. They're shredders. He thinks I'm a shredder. I don't think so. They are releasing a remix EP on October 2nd on Bandcamp. That's going to be 100% of the proceeds of that are going to go to charity. Food Not that's a tongue twister. Food Not Bombs Miami. I have a remix on it. It's fucking dope. Check it out. They made an AMV for it. That is also fucking dope. Check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. And Jairo, if there's anything else you want to say, anything you want to plug, any shout outs?
I mean, yeah, thanks for having me on. I will happily come back any fucking time you want to talk more shit. But shout outs to Lawrence Normandy, shout outs to Bullbright. Just stay safe, everyone. Don't listen to what fucking these lunatics are saying about it's time to take off the mask and everything. I saw something going around about September 15th being the day for the country to unmask or some bullshit. Please wear your masks in public. It's like,
don't be a dick.
You were thinking about it. Don't be a dick. Like, you're not doing it to save yourself. You're doing it to protect other people. Just be considerate, be kind, take care of yourselves. Go drink some fucking water, because I know half of you haven't. I'm gonna go chug a bottle after.
Yay! All right, brother. Thank you for coming on, man. Have a good one.
Good night.
Good night. All right, y'all. That's all we got. Oh no, my face. Hold on. Let's fix this up here. There I am. A little too zoomed in, but there I am. Thank you all so much for sticking around and hanging out for this first one here. I will be back next week. Wow, that's super weird. This widescreen view is super weird. I will be back next week. I don't know who I'm going to have on yet, but we'll figure that out. I'll announce it on my Instagram. Again, I'm Chris. I'm Firstworld. The Instagram, Cash App, Venmo, my store is up there. Please support. Get that Elders EP when it comes out, please. We need to give back to our communities. It's super important. Everybody's struggling right now, and any little bit we can do to help would be great. And you get some free, some music. Well, not free music, but you get some music along the way while you donate. So again, thank you all so much. Have a good night.